Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Welcome to my class. Namaste. How are you? So let's start the class with chanting all the prayers we have learned so far. So first, we'll chant a prayer to Lord Ganesha, Devi Saraswati, and then Devi Lakshmi. So you chant with me. Fold your hands and chant with me. Om Ganeshaya Namaha Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarvavigno Pashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Namaste Astu Mahamaye Shri Pithe Surapujite Shankha Chakra Gadahaste Mahalakshmi Namostute. And now prayers to Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, and Lord Vishnu. Om Ramaya Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Krishnaya Namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Namasamasta Bhutanam Adibhutaya Bhubrate Aneka Rupa Rupaya Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. And finally, prayers to Lord Shiva and Devi Durga. Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Suddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. I'm going to chant this prayer one more time because we've just learned it. So you just listen to me. Nagendraharaya Trilochanaya Bhasmangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhake Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. And you just now listen to me. Sarva Mangala Mangalya Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhake Sharanye Triambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Very good. So today I'm going to talk about cultures and traditions. We all have different skins, speak different languages, and believe in different religions, belong to different cultures, and live in different countries. Yet, we share the same home, our earth. So see, all these people are from different countries. And they wear different clothes, we speak different languages, believe in different religions, live in different countries, but yet we share the same earth, right? We are born on the same planet, are covered by the same skies, gaze at the same stars, and breathe the same air. We all belong to one human race. We must respect each other's rights, especially the right to be different. The whole world is one big family. So we should respect each other. Even we are different. We have different skins, we have different, religions, but we all live on the same planet. And we must respect each other in spite being different. The whole world is one big family. So Rani asked a very good question. She said, what is the culture and traditions of India? Every country's culture is unique, which includes its traditional values, religions, dance, music, food, clothing, languages, etc. India also has its own unique culture and traditions, which makes it distinct. Like every country, people wear differently, they speak different languages, they speak different, they eat different food, they have different music. And so India also has its unique culture and traditions and makes it distinct. So like in India, people wear this kind of dress, they wear saris, and they speak, many languages in India. And so India is rich in traditions, like saying namaste, which I'm going to talk about, to greet anyone, and touching the feet of the elders to seek their blessings. That is very unique of India. People have great reverence towards their teachers and parents. Guests are treated with great regard and are warmly welcomed. Classical and folk dance and music are very much part of the culture of India. What does namaste mean? See, we've been doing namaste when I start the class, and when I finish the class, I say namaste. So namaste means both hello and goodbye. So namaste is made up of two words, namaha and te. Namaha means bow, and te means to you. So namaste thus stands for bow to you, meaning that I bow to all the goodness that is in you. It is a sweet and humble way of showing respect to the other person. So we say namaste, I bow to all the goodness in you and I respect you. So here, see, people all across India are dressed in different clothes, like she's wearing a sari, he's wearing a kurta and a lungi, she's wearing a sari, he's also from Nepal, he's wearing a different costume. So all these people are wearing different dresses and they are all saying, namaste, how are you? And then Rani and Raj had another question. They asked, why women wear bindi and men and tilak on their forehead? So this is a bindi. And you see, most of all of the Indian girls and women wear bindi on their forehead. And men folks or boy wear a tilak, which is a little longer than the bindi, right? So it's like this shape. So the dot on the forehead is called a bindi, which is usually made with the paste of colored sandalwood, sindoor, or turmeric. It's like a powder. It is of special significance on occasions like puja or festivals and weddings. It is also applied to honor a person, event, or victory and signifies auspiciousness, purity, respect, and love. So these are few reasons why we wear bindi. There are few other reasons, and I'm going to tell you all about that. Any mark we wear on the body is a mark of worship to the Lord who resides in it. There are different spiritual centers in our body, and the space between the eyebrows is the seat of the Lord. We believe that here the Lord himself sits. The dot is placed as the mark of worship on this spiritual center. So that is one other reason that we believe that, we all believe that the God resides in us and here where he sits. And that is why, and it is a spiritual center. So people wear, different kinds of marks on their body just to kind of offer their prayer to the Lord within us. The dot, see here, he is wearing white, like the ashes. And here, this boy is wearing orange and red, a different shape. So the dots and design on the forehead also indicate the deity that one worships. So if you are a worshiper of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva has, ashes smashed over his body, then devotees of Lord Shiva apply ash because Lord Shiva has ashes applied on his body. Devotees of Lord Vishnu apply sandal paste, the yellow sandal paste. So they wear this kind of a mark on their forehead. And Lord Vishnu wears yellow garments and fragrant yellow sandal paste. So devotees of Lord Shiva also do the same. And devotees of Lord Vishnu and devotees of Lord Shiva wear ashes on their forehead, and they also apply ashes to their different parts of the body. During a wedding ceremony, this is an Indian wedding. This is the bride, and this is the groom, and this is the fire. So look at this groom is applying sindoor on the bride's parting of the hair. So during a wedding ceremony, the groom puts red sindoor powder in the parting of the bride's hair and a red bindi on her forehead. Thereafter, a married woman wears the sindoor and bindi. So red represents strength and symbolizes love and prosperity. It is similar to wearing a wedding ring. Like in the West, people wear wedding ring, which indicates that they are married. So in India, ladies wear sindoor in the parting of the hair, and it signifies that they are married. Now, Raj asked another question. What are the Vedas? Did you see the picture of Devi Saraswati? She's holding books of knowledge in her hand. So those are the Vedas. So there are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Atharva Veda. And they are the books of knowledge and wisdom. They consist of mantras, sacred hymns, and passages. So some of the prayers which I have been teaching you are from the Vedas, and I will teach you some more. The first part and the Vedas consist of 2 parts. The first part of the Vedas mostly covers prayers and rituals, that how to perform a puja. The last parts are focused on the spiritual wisdom of the ancient sages, are called the Upanishads or Vedanta. Anta means the end. So the end portion of the Vedas are called Upanishads or Vedanta. So all the 4 Vedas have 2 sections. The first section tells us how to do puja and have prayers and stuff like that. And the last part of the Vedas, which are called Upanishads or Vedanta, have spiritual wisdom and teachings. And they teach us that what is God. You know, like we've been hearing stories of the God, and I said, God is one, it appeared in only different forms. So those are all the teachings from the Veda. And who am I? Am I different from God? And what is this world all about? Is the world different from God? So who is God? Who am I? What is this world all about? And my relationship with the world and God. So these are all explained in the last section of the Vedas, which is called Vedanta or Upanishads. A way of living based on the eternal values in the Veda is called Sanatana Dharma. And what does Dharma means? Dharma just means a righteous way of living. And Sanatana means it is coming from long time, eternal. So Vedas teaches us what is the right way to live. What are the things which we should avoid and how to be happy and peaceful. So Vedas teach us to live in peace, harmony, and love. You know, I said the whole world is one big family, and we should respect each other in spite they look different. Everybody is the same. Even if they look different, it doesn't matter. We should respect them. And we all across the world, we should live in peace, harmony, and love. And this is what the Vedas teaches us. It believes in Vasudeva Kutambakam. It's a long word, which just means that one world, one family. The whole world is one family. Like we treat the members of the family with respect, we love, we live in harmony. So same way, the whole world is one big family, and we should live in peace, harmony, and love. Remember the prayer we chant at the end of the class? Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Let everybody be happy. Let nobody be sick. So this is what the Vedas teach us, and there are 4 Vedas. And the end portion of the Vedas are called Vedanta or Upanishads. So Rani and Raj again asked this question, who wrote the Vedas? The Vedas are not composed. Nobody wrote the Vedas. They were revealed to the sages. So as the law of nature always existed, like which the scientists like Newton and Einstein only understood later, the knowledge and the wisdom in the Vedas were always there. For example, let's say law of gravity. When you throw things up, it always comes down. So it always existed. It was always like that. But then later, Newton kind of discovered it, right? And he formed it as law of gravitation. So same way, the Vedas this knowledge was always there. But the rishis, like when they studied, they focused and, observed the world, the Vedas were revealed to them, and then they were put in writing. But nobody really wrote the Vedas. So the sages who had attained a very focused and refined state of mind through their concentration, devotion, and worship were able to visualize the mantras and understand them. So what are other sacred books, Rani asked? So the main sacred books in Indian mythology are 4. And the first one are the Shrutis. The Vedas are called Shruti, that which is heard, seen, and known. In ancient times, the teaching was passed from the teacher to the student, orally through the tradition called the Guru Shishya Parampara. Parampara means tradition. Guru means teacher, and Shishya means student. So students used to go and stay with the teacher for many, many years. And the teacher was very learned, and he knew all about the teachings, and he used to teach the students. And then the students became the teachers. So this tradition has been, and they were all taught orally. There were no classrooms or blackboards or iPads or anything. So the students used to live with the teacher in an ashrama, in a forest where they have little huts and all. So the students used to serve the teacher, and the teacher used to teach them orally. So all the prayers and all the teachings were taught orally, and the teacher used to teach them, and this tradition kept on continuing. So the Vedas are called the Shruti. And then the second set of texts or the books are called Smritis, means memory. These texts were composed by the sages to express the teachings of the Vedas in a simpler terms, and so that the common people could understand them. So they explained it in a much simpler way. And then there are the Puranas. So all the stories which I have told you about, like Lord Ganesha and Lord Shiva, they are from the Puranas. The teachings of Vedas are illustrated in Puranas in the form of various stories of gods and goddesses and incarnations of gods and devotees of gods, saints and kings, and good and evil people. You remember the stories I told you about, let's say, the Devatas and the Asuras, the demons, the bad people and the good people. So the stories of Devatas, which have good tendencies, and Asuras, or the demons, have bad tendencies, like Ravana, Kansa, so on. These people have good, bad tendencies, and Devatas are like Indra, are given in the Puranas. So it is said the sage Kashyap had two wives, Aditi and Diti. Aditi gave birth to the Indra, Vayu, Agni, and they were called Devatas, and they were responsible for the wind, fire, water, etc. And Indra is the king of the Devatas. The Devatas have both good and bad tendencies, but predominantly good tendencies. Diti's sons were called Asuras, or they were the demons. They generally had tendencies, though Asuras like Prahlad, remember the story of Holika, Prahlad? He was born of Hiranyakashipu, who was a demon, a bad guy, but he had good tendencies. Or brother of Ravana, Vibhishana, who went to Rama's army. They were exceptions. The Asuras, the bad guys, you remember, they all went to Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, and they prayed for the boons, right? By praying for many years in all kinds of weather conditions without food and water. And these moons made them very powerful and very often misused their powers. Like for Hiranyakashipu, you heard that story, and Bhasmasura, and all those Maheshwar, all these demons, like they used to go to Lord Brahma and used to pray to Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. And then Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva granted them boons, because if you pray, then you have to get a boon, right? It is like praying is a good action. So you will be rewarded for your good actions. So Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva had to give them boons. But once they got those boons, those special things, they became more evil. And then, either Lord Vishnu had to take forms of Lord Rama or Lord Krishna, or Devi Durga used to take a form to come and kill them. Devatas and Asuras were always at war. But the Devatas won with the help and grace of the gods, who destroyed the Asuras using different kinds of weapons. So that's why in the picture, when you see of Lord Durga, Devi Durga, she with 6 hands, she has all kinds of weapons. So that's why, you see in some, in hands, they have the Vedas, the knowledge, the books of knowledge, but they also have the weapons to destroy these Asuras, who became powerful because of the boons from Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva by praying to them. And then the 4 texts are called epics. And the 2 epics are the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. And I have told you the stories from both of them. In summary, there are 4 Vedas, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, and 2 epics. So these are all the books of knowledge. Many other texts also exist. The Bhagavad Gita has the essence of all the sacred books. So whatever the Vedas teach us, the Vedanta, the end portion of the Vedas teach us, Bhagavad Gita also teaches us the same. In which language are these books written? Rani asked. All these books and prayers in them are written in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is one of the oldest languages in the world and is the origin of many other languages. It is also called the language of the gods. So all the prayers which you have been chanting, they're all in Sanskrit. Like Shuklam, Paradharam, Vishnu, a prayer to Lord Ganesha, or this one, Devi Saraswati Namastubhyam. This is also in Sanskrit. So all the prayers which I have taught you are all written in Sanskrit. So you know Sanskrit a little bit now, and you have learned a few Hindi words also, and Hindi also comes from Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a sound-based language. In Sanskrit, unlike English, where B-U-T is pronounced as but P-U-T is pronounced as put. So in Sanskrit, this is not the way. In Sanskrit, there is a perfect one-to-one correspondence between what is written and what is pronounced. So each letter has its own sound and is pronounced in a unique way. So Sanskrit is a sound-based language. In Sanskrit, unlike English, there is a perfect one-to-one correspondence between what is written and what is pronounced. So there's a correspondence between the written letter and the sound. The script used for Sanskrit is called Devanagari. And in the next class, I will show you the prayers which you have been learning. I'm writing it in English, but actually they are all written in Devanagari. And I will show you what the Devanagari script looks like. So now we will chant the end of the prayers at the end of the class. And I hope by now you remember these prayers. So you chant with me. Kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasya shalini deshoyam shobharahitaha brahmana santu nirbhayaha sarve bhavantu sukhinaha sarve santu niramayaha sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very good. Let there be peace, peace, peace everywhere. Let everybody live in peace, harmony, and love. Let nobody be sick. And now, as usual, Rani and Raj will give you prasada with the blessings from all the gods and goddesses. See, they will distribute the prasada. So, namaste. See you again. Phir milenge. We will meet again. Stay well. Bye-bye. Goodbye.